Come on, let's do a little test. Everyone who played the 1990 game Super Mario World, think back for a moment. What is the memory that stuck with you the most? Was it the graphics getting better? Or the music being more catchy? I will tell you, it was neither. It was the moment Mario actually jumped onto the back of a dinosaur. Your little brain was probably buzzing. Is this just a new skin or something? But if you thought this green dinosaur was just a temporary mount thrown in for fun, you are seriously underestimating Shigeru Miyamoto. Yoshi was his ultimate fantasy, hidden in a drawer for 5 whole years. Back when he was designing the original Mario with blocks of pixels, Miyamoto's mind was racing. Imagine if this guy could ride something through the levels. How exciting would that be? He even drew sketches, Mario riding a dragon-like creature happily leaping over cliffs. But the Famicom back then was so underpowered, it was like a stingy iron rooster. Want the dinosaur to collide with enemies? The code would crash instantly. Want smooth movement? The memory would explode. Even the simple act of riding was pure fantasy at the time. Miyamoto had no choice but to quietly shove the sketches back to the bottom of the drawer. And there they stayed, for 5 years. 5 years is long enough for a college student to go from freshman to graduate. Until the Super Nintendo, this 16-bit beast appeared. Performance soared, and imagination could finally land. Miyamoto threw open the drawer. "Buddy, stop sleeping! It is your turn!" And so, Yoshi made his official debut. But the design almost went in the wrong direction. The first version looked like a realistic lizard, a bit cold-blooded. Later, it was changed to a round, big-eyed foodie, harmless and friendly, just perfect for riding. Even the name went through trials. The official full name was absurd, T. Yoshisaur Munchakoopas. No one on the team could say it smoothly. So they gave up and just called it Yoshi, easy to remember and endearing. Here is the key point. Yoshi is not just a mount. It is a whole new control system designed by Miyamoto for Mario. A substitute puppet and a mobile arsenal. Enemies coming? Tongue wraps them up, stores them in the stomach as ammo. A cliff ahead? Yoshi throws Mario like a javelin to the other side and drops himself without blinking. This gameplay radiates a cold, efficient beauty. Even more insane, they started a kind of chemical experiment inside the dinosaur's belly. Eat a red shell and breathe fire. Eat a blue shell and fly. Eat a yellow shell and create a shockwave. In 1990, this level of gameplay was like a dimension smash. There was one more feature that completely changed how the game was played, and it was born by accident: the feather cape. At first, it was just a tool to test SNES animation smoothness. A programmer casually added a gliding code, thinking, as long as it works, fine. Then an artist got excited. Just floating is boring. It would be cooler to dive like an eagle. The programmer thought, this is interesting. Add it. The designer chimed in. After diving, if you could pause in midair and adjust your angle, it would be even more elegant. Add it. Absolutely must add. And just like that, this test feature, through a group brainstorm, became the most powerful cheat item in history, redefining Mario's aerial moves. However, the most brutal trick of Super Mario World was not these individual designs. It completely changed the relationship between the player and the game world. Previous Mario games were a one-way production line. Run from left to right, jump, clear the level, say goodbye. This one blew that line up, handing you a treasure map for free exploration. There are 96 level exits in total, clearly marked, but you only need to find 11 to reach the ending. You ask about the other 85? Those little red and yellow dots on the map are frantically hinting, there is a secret here, dummy, come on! Even the map itself is alive. Clear a level, the sea recedes, new paths appear, even small houses pop up out of nowhere. You are not just playing a game, you are sculpting this world with your own hands. Looking back now, those flashy SNES tricks, rotation scaling, more enemies on screen, bigger bosses, were just a technical coat. At the core, it was a grand experiment about freedom. Freedom to ride, freedom to fly, freedom to explore every corner and see the world change because of you. So why, after all these years, do we still remember that 16-bit world with dinosaurs and capes? Perhaps because later games gave us more realistic forests and vast starry skies, but rarely gave us that pure joy where a single spark of creativity could ignite an entire world. That joy is like the first time you rode Yoshi and leaped over a gap that seemed impossible. Once you have flown like that, you will never forget it.